Hello everyone and Katribu. Welcome to Kalingang Katribu. My name is Vernon Velasco and today we are joined by food tech business Mealbox founder Enrique Garcia to talk about what to talk about his business and the problems he's trying to solve. Good afternoon po, Sir Enrique.
Hi, Vernon. Good afternoon. Nice to meet you here.
Sir, kinakabahan pa ba kayo?
Medyo.
Ayun. So,
Thank you for encouraging me
yeah.
to go live.
Yeah. Sir, talk about Mealbox. My first impulse was to think that, Mealbox being a package meal pala, ayun pala, it's something bigger pala. It's almost like a corporation. If yeah, and if you're, I mean, are you trying to scale? And would you tell us something about your origins po?
Yeah, okay. So our business model went through a lot of changes over time. We started out as a QSR, quick serve restaurant, with Rock and Rolla in 2016. And our story began when we started to feel the needs of our community, our surrounding communities in Mandaluyong, for all-time favorite meals and also the indulgent meals. So typically, if you want indulgent meals, di ba, like jumbo shrimp,
Jumbo shrimp, yeah.
you would need to go to a fine dining or buffet restaurant,
Yeah.
right? And if you're going to order just for yourself, you'd be discouraged for the long wait, your travel time, travel expenses, you have to park the car, heavy traffic.
Yes, sir.
So we realized that there's a market demand for this type of needs. So very quickly, we started adding different menus to Rock and Rolla, all-day breakfast, menu snacks, shrimp menu, chicken menu, and ice cream. And they're all under different brands in one place, and we called it Mealbox. So basically, Mealbox is a cloud kitchen, if you heard about it.
Yes.
The cloud kitchen model was started out by, I think, Travis Kalanick when he was fired
Uber.
from Uber.
Yeah.
He founded the cloud kitchen. So in a nutshell, cloud kitchen business model is one kitchen with multiple brands. So yeah, yun yung pagkakaiba ng business model, and that's how we started.
So are you
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
sir, are you one of the early adopters po of the cloud kitchen concept of Travis Kalanick? If you will?
Yeah, we actually joke around when we're working in our kitchen that technically we are the first cloud kitchen in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Because when Grab Kitchen arrived here and started their cloud kitchen model in Glorieta, I think it was early January of 2020, we were already operating our cloud kitchen as Mealbox
Okay.
for a year with relative success. So yeah, but we were not calling it cloud kitchen yet, because during that time we were relentlessly working to really make it work, and we're still studying it, learning about it. So yeah, technically kami yung unang cloud kitchen dito. And then a few new big players came. Yeah, I think there's a few already who's operating as cloud kitchens.
Sir, I was wondering, even if you're just serving, let's say, gourmet packaged meal po,
Okay.
does cooking really have to be complicated?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, the answer is a little bit of yes and no.
Okay.
And let me explain why. From our end, we follow a high standard cooking procedure and processes. So it really takes time to do it, and and we take it very seriously. Although it must not be overly complicated, no.
Mm-hmm.
The process that takes time really happens at the back end,
Yes, sir.
so that by the time we open to serve our customers at the front end, when they order, the processes are quick and orderly. So from
Mm-hmm.
our customers' perspective, the answer is no. They get their orders quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, at the back end, it's a little bit time consuming, but not overly complicated.
Yeah.
And from the customer's perspective naman, it's not time consuming and it's very quick.
Yeah, sir, for the benefit of our audience, just so they could understand the concept of cloud kitchen better,
Yeah.
um, we have Mealbox has hole in the wall as well, or a restaurant,
Yeah,
and then
that's
you
a
also
very good
deliver.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So um, there are several types of cloud kitchen, ano, and your question is really very good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there are those that are located in B locations, secondary streets, and they do not have storefront.
Yes, sir.
And there are those that are called hybrid, meaning you're operating as a cloud kitchen, and then you at the same time you also have a storefront,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how what we adapted,
Mm-hmm.
a cloud kitchen with storefront. So there are like brand logos that you would see when you come to our store,
Mm-hmm.
but we were able to branch out and establish a few franchises
Mm-hmm.
in some cities, and we're coming out with a new one in Fairview. And one of those are without a storefront.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but the three would have without a storefront. So it's a hybrid.
I think, sir, a sweet spot for
Sorry.
I mean their
Yeah.
consideration
Mm-hmm.
is good food and good price
Mm-hmm.
point.
Yeah.
Where do you fall in that, sir?
Okay. I think it's a triangle. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just two. I
Okay.
think, but I forgot the other one
What's the
that
other sauce?
you cannot have three, but you can
Mm-hmm.
have two. I think we both have uh, good food and a good price.
Mm-hmm.
Because since we're operating multiple brands, um, each brand serves different categories of customers. So we have yung mga value meal conscious, and
Mm-hmm.
we also have yung parang yeah, a little bit of at the high end of the spectrum of price ranges.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we and we make sure that our food is good. I have so many friends who are like uh, master chefs
Mm-hmm.
who went to very good chef school or culinary schools,
Mm-hmm.
who are able to help us. And ayun.
Yes, sir. Of course, you can only speak for Mealbox, but
Mhm,
how do you assess this? How do you assess this? I
mhm,
How have you seen through the pandemic? Does
mhm.
the food tech industry change?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That's a very interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
The the this model, the cloud kitchen model, I think it's well underway for a very long time already, and maybe it's about or bound to happen in our country, maybe 5 or 10 years down the road. But the pandemic happened, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
And
sir.
the 10 years or the 5 year duration or time frame was accelerated into 11 months because of the needs, and also technology is changing it. And with the technology uh, coming, or the delivery apps that came here, it also changes the market behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So it enables, instead of just of going out, customers were able to afford buying from the comfort of their homes. So yeah, it really accelerated this 10 years supposed to be coming of this business model. So that's the effect of COVID, I think, to the customers and to entrepreneurs like me and the others.
Yeah. entrepreneur Enrique Garcia, what drives him to do what he does, what actually sort of nudge him to wake in the morning. We're
Yeah.
going to know the answer when we come back on Kalingang Katribo.
Manong Joe po,
At Ate Maita,
ngayong Hunyo, bahagyang tumaas ng 8 centavos per kilowatt hour ang overall electricity rates. Ito'y dahil sa dagdag singil sa WSM.
alam niyo ba, pwede kayong i-update na Meralco sa text or sa email gaya ni Sarah G. Sisendan kayo ng advanced updates tulad ng upcoming bill details. Di na kayo kakaba-kaba sa paghihintay ng bills. At anumang mangyari sa bill, masira, mabasa, o mawala, no problem. To get updates, i-update ang inyong contact information sa Facebook Messenger, meralco.com.ph, email, hotline 16211 o Meralco Business Centers.
Handa kami makipag-ugnayan sa inyo para makapaghatid ng mas mabuti, mabilis, at pagkinahawang serbisyo.
Hanggang sa susunod na
Meralco Advisory.
Every time I'm on the road, I can expect high performance from Phoenix Fuels. Now with Pulse technology, delivers enhanced power and acceleration to make every trip come alive.
You are watching Kalingang Katribo with Mealbox founder Enrique Garcia. Hello, sir.
Hi, Vernon.
Yeah, sir, we've talked about Mealbox as being the proponent of Travis Kalanick's cloud kitchen concept here in the Philippines. And yeah, sir, but let's talk about you, the man behind Mealbox. So, sir, what drives you?
Okay, thank you. Actually, it's not just one man. There's a lot of people who help us. So, yeah, I would not claim credit
Mhm.
entirely for this. There's so many people who help us, and we are always grateful, and we will always be grateful forever. Yeah, and your question,
Yes, sir.
what drives us and what's our inspiration? Ultimately, in all facets of life naman, diba, Mr. Vernon,
Yes, sir.
everyone wants convenience. And Mailbox mission is to bring good customer experiences and convenience to as many customers as possible. So
Mhm.
what drives us? It solves a problem. So with this, it makes, sabi nga pang Miss Universe, sagot, it makes life of many a little bit easier na even if we leave this world,
Mhm.
parang we would be leaving a legacy that would make people experience convenience and a little bit of
Mhm.
good customer experience. So
Mhm.
that's the whole and the general um, what drives us generally
Mm.
and what
Yes.
inspires us every day.
Yes, sir, but what is your experience scaling up, sir? What was the
Oh yeah.
hurdles? It must be hard, really hard,
So
of course.
it's really hard.
Mhm.
We to quote Michael Jordan, but
Mhm.
we are not yet. We don't consider ourselves a success yet, and we're working so hard for that to achieve that.
Mhm.
We fail and fail and failed and failed and failed and failed so many times, and that's probably why we are still here
Mhm.
despite the pandemic, and we experience all kinds of growing pains and scaling up, like financially, because we are basically self-funded. Of course, we are getting help from
VCs.
relatives, families, friends, but the big bulk of the pain of scaling up is really the financial aspect of it. Eh. And we were able to somehow thrive or pull through naman. So fortunately, with the help of so many people.
Sir, you've always tooted the horn for your employees po eh.
Mhm.
So practically, how have you made a difference in their lives?
Okay, let me tell you a story. During this very strict lockdown, ano, and even before that, I think there's an article on the news in the newspaper that says like around 5 million Filipinos already lost their jobs, and quite true enough, each of our employees' spouses
Yes, sir.
during that time has already lost their jobs. So, and because of the our community support, the continuing support from our customers, who most of them we don't know, and we are really, really indebted to them and very grateful that they continue to support and buy from us. That's how we survive, and that's how we were able to keep 100% employment for everyone in our company during uh, during that time, and even now. We have, yeah. So walang nawalan ng trabaho sa amin.
Sir, going back, no, nabanggit nyo kanina, you are a multi-failure entrepreneur.
That's my LinkedIn LinkedIn profile.
LinkedIn profile, yeah, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
sir.
true.
You've failed so many times, you've never given up.
Yeah.
What were you doing before Mealbox?
For 25 years, I've worked for multinational and big corporations as an engineer, as a researcher, research and development engineer, and I was even able to publish a patent worldwide when I was working for the number one solar company in the world. So I was the first Filipino inventor who were able to publish a patent. And then I went to the States. And I studied graphics there, and when I came back, I worked for another media corporation for 5 years. And then I decided to try it out, my my small little dream of putting up a food business. But before that, even before while I was working in the corporate world, I was already doing like e-commerce, and it was kind of ahead of its time because during that time people cannot really buy online. Eh. That was 2000, I think 2003, and I was already selling barong online. In 2002, I was the owner of the URL called
Sir,
barongonline.com,
may internet na ba
and
noon?
then yeah, oo, yeah, and
2002.
then the very crude ang internet no, and the e-commerce, and there's no real not there's no a good payment gateway during that time, and then I was very surprised when I think 2 years or 3 years ago I saw a big billboard in EDSA for a barong company, and then they're using my old URL barongonline.com.
Ay.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my corporate world story.
Yeah. But sir, how have you figured? I mean, how is it different from
Oh,
yeah, I mean, you're your own ano na ngayon. You're your own boss. I mean,
it's
is it
really a different.
yeah,
Mhm.
is it like everyone thought it's cut out to be?
No, but let me share with you um, the difference between being employed and running your own business, and and putting all your efforts in it and all the stakes and everything. It's a different animal. It's a different animal. It's 10 times harder.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be working 24/7 if you're really passionate about it and
Mhm.
if you really want to achieve your dream or what you want for your business.
Mhm.
It's a 24/7 job.
Yes, sir.
But it's I don't want to dampen anyone's spirit, ano. You get it's just hard, but if you like what you're doing, totoo pala yun, ano.
Yeah.
You keep on going and you don't feel like burned out
Yes, sir.
because you love what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Penultimate question, no, since we're talking about your advice to potential business owners. I mean, a lot of people out there are mooning outside the fence. I mean, mooning over what's outside the fence po. So,
Hmm.
what is your advice, especially specifically with starting po? I mean, how do you sort of um, look for a problem to solve with a business?
You, the last that you said is really one of the answers.
Mhm.
There
Kasi di ba,
should
sir,
be
you don't have a
yeah.
venture capitalist, you don't have an angel investor.
We don't have yeah.
Yes po.
It's self-funded and but so many friends help us and mentors, relatives, friends. Kaya yung sabi ni Jackman na only the strangers will help you. It's
It's
so
true.
in our case it's not true. It's both way. It's both the customers that we care about
Mhm.
deeply and our friends, family, relatives
Mhm.
are the people who help us.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we're so fortunate we got both.
Yes,
And
sir.
for yung advice, I don't know if I would call it advice kasi we don't consider ourselves like
Successful.
really successful na,
Mhm.
no? But I could share, I just want to, think I would just share what we learned, our learnings along the way. Na kagaya ng sinabi mo, look for something to solve.
Mhm.
There has to be, you feel the void You feel some void like customers need, ano pa yung wala. And I think it's, ano ba, facade ba ang tawag na doon? Or
Mhm.
yung kasabihan na you should really love what you're about to do before you do it. Kasi otherwise, you'll get burned out.
Yeah.
And it will not take long until you get tired all for what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Last question before we take a short break for the lighter side of the show. Um, how do you want to read Mealbox's success story when you're there?
Okay. We consider ourselves as
Mhm.
a food company just as much as we consider also ourselves
Mhm.
as a tech and social entrepreneur or social company.
Mhm.
Because yeah, and then because we would want to see Mealbox do social work like if you're familiar with Bon Jovi has been doing it for a long time na he's doing social or civic work
Mhm.
for the homeless. Now there he has a restaurant and he would allot a day to feed the homeless. So that's one. And
Mhm.
then on the tech side naman, we would want to make the most of the coming technologies like the robotics. So we would want to see Mealbox using or utilizing the positive effect of using robotics in our pipeline
Mhm.
or our assembly line
Mhm.
in the future.
Yes.
And hopefully, we could put up like Mealbox and bring convenience to everyone in so many places like all the cities in Metro Manila and the Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's our dream.
I think, sir, the homelessness pain point that you've mentioned earlier, I think you've
Mm,
already been successful at that. Kasi by creating jobs, you've
yeah.
actually, yeah, solved the
Thank
problem,
thank
essentially.
you.
So, yeah, you are watching Kalingang Katribu. We are going to come back to read the lighter side of Enrique Garcia. We'll be back.
Iba ng panahon, centers, pati sa mga partners may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers. Bill, phone, remittance, and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayad.
Make long distance easy with the Mirage G4.
You are watching Kalingang Katribu with Mealbox's Enrique Garcia. Hello, sir. Yeah.
Hi, Vernon.
Yeah, for this part of the show, we're going to play a game. It's called Never Have I Ever. And what we're going to do is basically we're just going to flash questions on the screens that will reveal, very unflattering views about you. Joke lang, sir. You just have to to answer and then elucidate your answer. So here goes. What's that? Tokneneng yan eh.
That's crab egg.
Crab egg, okay. Yes,
That's
sir.
a-
Never have
Oh,
I ever
yeah.
canceled a date because of work.
Yes. My wife knows about it.
Yan. Next picture. Never have I ever compared my business to other businesses. Ayan.
I think I have. Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's not really. We never lost sleep on comparing ourselves to others. We basically mind our own business. So yeah, but yeah, there's times. Yeah.
Mhm. And sir, what did you learn from that? From those times? Although, no matter how seldom.
Okay. We basically make ourselves aware all the time of what's happening around us in the industry that we operate in, and also what's happening globally.
Mhm.
So, parang typically when we see this cloud kitchen, for example, years ago when it came about, and then they were already operating,
Mhm.
and we were operating also as cloud kitchen.
Mhm.
And we compare ourselves with the things that they do, their best practices.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, by comparing, we mean we want to emulate the good practices
Ayun.
that they're doing.
After all, good thing pala yun, sir. Yan.
But mostly we're focused on product excellence and operations simplicity. So
Mhm.
we're always trying to work hard towards that goal and customer relationship.
Ito, next question, sir. Have you ever asked a friend to promote your business? Like, yung pusuan mo naman to, bro.
Yes. Actually, no. Especially during our first few years when we started our QSR, yung quick serve restaurant, and it was called Rock and Rolla.
Rock and roll,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's there.
which is it's also under Mealbox now. It's
Mhm.
one of the brands. Yes.
Yes and yes. Ito, next question, sir. Have you ever lost sleep because of work?
Yeah, this for the listeners, especially the young ones, don't do this at home.
Yun.
Yes.
Hear
Yes.
him out on this. Yeah. People who want to
Yeah.
start a business. So, ito, sir. Last question. Have you ever blocked a customer for being rude on Facebook and in real life?
It happened really. True story. Customer who thought that
You can be pushed around.
she was calling a different store,
Mhm.
but she mistook us for a different store, and then she was cursing us online and saying bad words. So,
For no
but
apparent reason.
I did not block her. I just instead answered and then told her that it's not us.
Mhm.
And then, so hindi na siya sumagot. Yeah. So no, I haven't blocked anyone.
Yes, sir. Enrique, it has been a delight to have you here at Kalingang Katribo, sir. Final words po.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Vernon, and everyone in your team.
Mhm.
Thank you for making me a little bit comfortable, although I'm really, really nervous. I'm not used to being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And hopefully we could connect soon
Yes, sir.
again.
Yeah. Thank you,
Take
sir.
care.
Enrique Garcia of Mealbox, Philippines. And
Thank you.
thank you po. And that's it for today's Kalingang Katribo. My name is Vernon Velasco. Good afternoon.